Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
Thank you for having me. I'm Blaine.
I'm Barbara Dunkelman. What's up?
And I'm still Gus. So I've been having a weird, not weird, I've been having a fucking problem the past couple of weeks. Like almost immediately after we fucking pre-taped the last episode, I started having vertigo. And I've been having it for like 2 weeks now. And it fucking sucks. Has anyone here ever had it before?
What is it? It's like an ear infection.
Not quite an ear infection. It's like your balance goes off. Like the shit in the middle of your ear that tells you if you're balanced or not, it breaks.
Yeah,
And
you're constantly feeling
wrong.
You're feeling like you're always dizzy, always kind of like uneven, right?
Well,
like it feels like the spins when you drink too much. Sometimes.
Yeah, but only when I move my head, so it's not inconvenient at all, you know.
I was on a date with a girl at a climbing gym, and she had really bad vertigo. It was like an ongoing thing. And we were doing like stretches or something before going up on the walls, or she like did a wall where she had to flip, and all the fluid fucked with her. And she like came down, she was like, I think I'm gonna throw up. Like, like I got really bad vertigo.
I get really mad at my body. It's like it'll start spinning, and then I'll get mad. Like, I know I'm not off balance. I know I'm standing. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like,
and then the fluids in your ear start to boil because you're so angry.
So does it make you just feel weird, or does it actually? Do you think you could fall over from it?
I almost have fallen over a couple of times, like to the point where I have to grab a wall or grab onto something because I'm about to fall over. It's mostly gone now. Thankfully, it's finally like really subsided, so I can move my head. But the first time it happened, I was asleep, and it was so bad it woke me up. Like in my sleep, I turned over onto my right side, and I woke up because I felt like I was drunk. You know, when you like lay down because you had too much to drink and like the room's spinning, like it felt like that. I woke up, I was dead asleep, woke up because I felt like I was drunk.
That is a horrible feeling when you're lying down flat and you just feel like the world. It almost feels like you're spinning over and then it resets and you just keep spinning over and over again.
Yeah,
awful feeling.
Like a perpetual
Have
cruise.
you ever tried doing the thing where you put your foot out onto the ground and like have it flat on the ground beside the bed?
Lifesaver.
Yeah.
Champ.
No, is that how you fix that problem?
I mean, it works for some people. I wouldn't say it's like the solution, but I found that like if I've ever had the spins, it helps a little bit.
So explain that to me. You're laying on your back and then you just hook one leg out and then down on the ground?
On the ground, yeah. So it's like out of the bed, on the floor, flat on the ground.
How low is your
the
bed?
rest of you's in bed. I mean, I'm 5'9", so got pretty long legs.
I mean, most beds you could step into.
Yeah. So I went to the doctor. Like I was worried because of course I'm like, I've got vertigo. It's probably a brain tumor or something awful. And of course it's fine. It's nothing. But I had a funny.
Just like an ear infection or something to do with your ear canal?
He said it just happens sometimes. They call it benign positional vertigo. And
weird.
He was like, he was writing down. I took a picture of his notes. I'm gonna show you here. He wrote it down. He wrote, you can take this medicine called meclizine at bedtime.
What the fuck is this?
And then below it, he wrote benign positional vertigo. I'm showing it for the fucking audience.
I can't see shit.
He wrote benign positional vertigo. And then he was
can't
like,
read that? I can read that.
He was explaining it to me. He goes, benign, it's called benign because, well, it's benign. It's positional because, of course, it's positional. And then he just kind of trailed off because he realized he's just reading what he wrote to me. He's like, anyway, you could take the medicine that I wrote down here at bedtime if it's really bad. It was like an awkward moment where he realized he was just saying what he wrote.
Have you heard the story of this guy who was pretending to be a doctor for a little bit and like practicing medicine without a license or anything in a doctor's office? And like, I don't know how he wasn't found out or how the other nurses and doctors at the clinic didn't realize that this guy didn't work there. But maybe this is that guy.
Maybe. This guy's been my doctor for a long time, but it was just really funny that he's like, he wrote it down and it was just like reading what he wrote. I was just like, okay, yep. Thank you. Thanks for that. Got it.
Get me out of here.
I had it once where I popped my ears. I think it was, I'd just flown and I was in my hotel room and I had the lingering sort of weird ear effect. So I just thought, I was sick of it. So I just thought I'd blast it out and I popped my nose. Or pop my ears using my nose, which I think is pretty bad for you when you blast it out like that.
It's not good for you, yeah.
All of my balance like temporarily turned off, and I was just on the floor on my side on the hotel room floor. And I was like, I fell and I didn't even feel myself go down. I just felt myself hit the floor. I just went from like up like this to I was lying down. It's like that was really bizarre feeling.
Well,
Jesus.
it really has put balance into perspective for me, right? Like the fact that we can walk and move around and like stand on one foot or jump and all that. It's like you take it for granted. Like all of a sudden, like one little thing goes off and it's like, oh great, now I'm fucked up. Like I can't move my head very quickly for days on end. It's like I'm very appreciative of balance right now, because even walking sometimes, like I've been fucking doing this for decades. I should have no problem walking. That's fucking stupid.
I wonder
feel
what would
like,
happen
though-
in zero G. Like, does vertigo not affect people in zero gravity?
Huh.
I
Never
don't
thought
know.
about that.
Because I guess
Yeah.
you've got nothing feels like down.
Well, I guess it'd be like water, because like whenever you're swimming, it. I mean,
Yeah, but
no,
in water,
because water
you still
slows
know
gravity.
you could. Can you feel which way up you are? I guess from
Well,
the
you
air.
need to, because otherwise, if you flip upside down completely, then all the water's going to shoot up your nose. So you try to stay level in water. At least I do. So fuck, that's so interesting.
You also will float to the surface, depending on, I mean, how deep
Yeah,
you are,
you got
what
like
the water pressure
extra
is.
stuff with buoyancy, but there's still gravity having an effect on you, surely.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like we're being subject to more health issues by our sedentariness? Since, like, I don't know about you guys, I haven't really been doing much in terms of activity. Like, we barely go out, we barely, like, move around. We exercise in the house every now and then, but, like, in terms of getting up and moving around like you would in a normal day, working at the office, like,
Yeah.
you know, going from building to building even, like, I feel my body is just getting stiff and old at a rapid speed compared to a normal time period.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I feel like there's days where I don't move, right? Like I put my ass in the chair. It's like, that's it all day.
Yeah.
It's really, really pathetic. Yeah, I feel
I-
exactly the same. Not that I work out a lot or even do a lot, just even the walking around an office, going to talk to people, or, you know, moving around a lot more. Or even I guess like going to stores, right? Like that's just
Yeah.
gone for now.
I just sleep like shit if I don't move too much in a day. Like I always try and go for a walk because otherwise I just have extra energy. And it's not good energy, not like mental energy where I can think about things and do good work. It's just movement energy that gets trapped. That's
Yeah.
not a real thing. It just feels that way.
I don't really leave my house that often, to the point where I drive stick shift, and sometimes I'll be like, I'll have to sit in my car and be like, oh yeah, okay, emergency brake. You know, like I'll have to like evaluate things a little bit more than I normally would because it's so out of routine. But no, I'm moving around a ton and I'm working out like normal. If anything, I'm working
Yeah.
out more because of the garage gym. So
That thing looks sick.
yeah,
You got a good setup going.
thanks, dogs. Yeah, I
Got a big mirror, got your TV right in there.
Yeah, I have like I bought these like LED strip light bulbs that I had behind my TV, and like they kept falling off. Like the sticky goo was like falling off, so I just had them wrapped up, and I was like, whatever. After the move, so they're just laying around, so I put them behind my squat rack. So now it looks like what a streamer would build their weight room like it's like all decked out.
Dude, you should stream your workouts. Why not?
I'm thinking
People do
about
that,
it.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd be able to get shirtless because then they'd probably ping me. I don't know. I should ask
Oh,
Eric.
right.
He's,
We're-
he's the Twitch
we're-
master now.
Wear pasties. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. No, that'd be fun.
The other day, Trevor and I realized we hadn't been outside in a long time because we went to go for a walk. And you know, like when you haven't been in sunlight for a really long time and you open your eyes outside and it feels like sore everywhere. You guys know that feeling? Like where your eyes can't quite open all the way
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh my
Does that-
God.
Build up over multiple days, though. Surely you'd have the same effect if you just had an eye mask on
It's-
for like 20 minutes.
No, I think this is like clearly like we hadn't been outside in like 4 or 5 days.
Your pupils
all.
haven't constricted in a long
Ah,
time.
yeah.
It's like the Matrix when they pull them out. It's like, why are my eyes hurt? You've never used them.
I had a sad,
like that's what it felt like.
I had a really sad realization where I was like hanging out with Dutch, cuddling with Dutch, and I looked at him and I was like, I think this is the only other living being that I've touched in like 2 months.
Oh,
It made me so sad.
oh.
How do you think Dutch feels?
Well, no,
I can
he's still
send
good.
Trevor over to you with a mask on if you want to just like feeling him up a little bit.
Put that guy in a hazmat suit and I'll hug him. Just hold him there in my arms.
Oh, hugs. I miss those.
I know. Handshakes, not so much. I feel like that's probably going to get eliminated now.
What's it going to be replaced by? Everyone keeps saying that, like, oh, who knows if handshakes will ever come back? But like, what it's going to be like realistically replaced by?
I feel like we need to do what the Japanese do and just bow. I think it's very respectful.
Gavin does the wave.
Just nod. Acknowledge. Yep.
All right.
Yep. Hello. Nice to meet you.
That's fine. You need to touch someone.
I'm cool with that.
I was at the office like a while ago. It was like around Dead Little Roosters filming. And I ran into Anna Fugate. She's like our old makeup artist. And she's done a bunch of stuff with Rooster Teeth. But she came up to me and she's like, I learned this one on set. And we had known that we were both like good, like COVID-wise, and we were wearing masks. So she came up to me and she put her back up against my back. And then she just rubbed. And she was like, it's a back hug. I was like,
that sounds like a hug with more steps. Like, I don't want that.
But I touched someone, Gus. And that's the important thing. And I miss Anna so much. And I miss everybody.
Oh. Yeah, it's just like that human contact, I think, it's important.
Yeah.
To some degree. For me, sitting at a desk talking on camera all day, I'm pretty sure I have TMJ now. So that's a cool new feature to the 30s.
Is that the jaw thing?
Yeah. So I looked up symptoms and like I should probably go to an actual dentist or something to get it diagnosed. But I had a particularly long day streaming where I was on RTTV from like 11 a.m. until 8. And then like I had another stream right after till 9. And you know, when you're like talking on camera, especially a live stream, you're like smiling and like moving your mouth like with a smile on it the whole time. And I guess my jaw just got like super sore and it's been like clicking and doing this weird thing where I can't really open it all the way. So I've been just like trying to massage. I'm wearing a mouth guard right now to see if that helps the clenching at all. That I can imagine.
I can imagine Gus getting the opposite of that, where it's from too much frowning and scowling.
I've actually got really bad TMJ problems. Like once or a couple times a year, it'll act up really bad. So I do not envy you because it can be super painful, and there's really nothing you can do about it when it's happening. You just got to kind of wait for it to subside.
What does that acronym stand for? I imagine the J stands for jaw, but what's the other two?
It's the joint that's there in your jaw. It's
too much jaw.
Okay,
too much
jaw. There's your problem, Barbara. You have too much jaw. Wait, so how do you get that? Was that on set?
This motherfucking jaw.
Because you were like chewing too much gum?
Temporomandibular joint dysfunction.
Yeah, you could get it, I think, a lot of different ways. I know like clenching or grinding your teeth is a big one. So if you tend to clench or anything when you're stressed, it's bad. This muscle here, down like the back of your ear, down your neck, if that's really tight, you're more inclined to get it as well, which for me, that's like a fucking taut elastic band. It's so tight, it's awful. I'm like, oh, okay, that's probably explaining it. So doing some stretches. I found a couple videos on YouTube of like stretches that this doctor recommends if you have TMJ.
Yeah, let's see it. Show us.
There's a lot of them.
Go ahead.
All right, get ready with the Pornhub logo to Photoshop over these.
I wonder if Predator has that problem, but like ×4. Okay, Gus, you keep sending me these goddamn Fortnite ads.
Let's play together. Let's play Fortnite. I've never played Fortnite.
I feel like it's freaking targeting ads towards me because they just announced that they had Mandalorian, which is, I love Star Wars, but then they had Sarah Connor and a Terminator on, and then they had Predator on. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to play this game.
They're trying to get you in, Blaine.
I think they are.
Cave.
But I've never played Fortnite. Let's play Fortnite. Have you ever played Fortnite, Blaine?
I only do the dances. I've never played Fortnite.
Let's play it sometime. Let's play together. Let's break our Fortnite virginity together.
But there's
Didn't we all play Fortnite together years ago?
Well, that wasn't Battle Royale. It was like regular Fortnite before they changed it.
We made an immersion in Fortnite, which I always laugh at because we made like, oh God, if we just like waited a week, we would have had the most like topical piece of content on the web. But instead we did it based off of their old like campaign mode before they introduced the Battle Royale. Yeah, that was like an RTX immersion that we shot. I think it was like
that's the only version of Fortnite I've played with the original Fortnite.
Good times.
I was hungry the other day. Changing the subject. I was hungry the other day, and I didn't have much food in my house, and I wanted to make I'm not a big jelly fan, so I wanted to make a peanut butter sandwich, but I didn't have any bread. So the only thing I had was like one leftover hot dog bun. So I made a peanut butter hot dog.
Oh my god! I kept
was
seeing
not
this thing
expecting that.
pop up on programming, and I didn't know what the fuck that was.
I was trying to prep the image. So I made a peanut butter hot dog, and I sent a photo of it to Eric and Jordan, and Jordan Swears. Jordan Swears got very offended. He says that he invented peanut butter hot dog when he was 10 years old, and he wasn't very impressed by it. And he knew I was going to talk about it on the podcast. So a few days ago, he tweeted, "Peanut butter hot dog, you heard it here first," just because he knew I couldn't talk about it till Monday.
Although, question about his versus yours: does his include the hot dog itself? Because yours seems to just be the peanut butter and
Mine
jelly,
was
right?
just peanut butter. He says this is what he said he did. The same thing. No
That's-
actual hot. No
Gus,
meat.
That looks absolutely awful. And I love hot dogs. I love peanut butter. The ratio seems all off there. It looks like you've also used smooth, which is questionable. Is that smooth
Yeah,
peanut butter?
I did not have any crunchy.
That's not
You
a
gotta have
peanut
some
butter
crunch,
hot dog,
'cause
though.
otherwise,
Guys,
There's no hot dog.
I'm team
But
peanut
hot
butter
dog
hot dog.
bun.
Because if you think about it, so say you had the jelly and you made the peanut butter jelly in the hot dog, that eliminates the problem of the bread getting too moist and the jelly falling through on a PB&J. So this
Yeah,
makes perfect sense. It's the perfect.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And then also sometimes hot dog buns that kind of taste a little bit sweeter.
This was a brioche bun, so it had a little bit of sweetness to it. It worked. It was really
Dude,
good.
I need to go back to the grocery
guys
store.
are
also
making
you're saying that
peanut
was
butter
your
for-
last.
What?
Were you talking, Barbara?
I was just saying that you guys are making peanut butter and jelly all wrong. But go on.
I just feel like the last hot dog bun is always incredibly stale. Like you should never eat the last bun.
It wasn't that old. That's why I ate it. I had eaten the hot dogs the day before, so I still had the bun left over. So I was kind of like, oh, I can use this right now.
I feel like I've had so many hot dog buns where it kind of feels like you're eating toast a little bit because it's gone so stale.
So I'm behind. Are you still doing weekdays, vegan weekends, whatever?
Yeah, I'll eat animal products on the weekend, but during the week, plant-based diet.
Got it.
I have is this going to be another debate on this podcast about crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Smooth.
Here we go.
Smooth.
What do you think, Barbara?
Smooth all the way.
I like crunchy. I had smooth there, but I prefer crunchy. Let us know in chat. People in chat. I'm watching chat right here. Can we do a poll? Who can make a poll? Can I make a poll? I don't know how to make a poll. Someone in chat, make a poll.
How many smooth peanuts do you eat?
It's peanut butter, though.
Yeah.
It's butter.
Oh yeah, butter's pretty smooth, isn't it?
Crunchy.
I like crunchy butter.
Butter crunch.
It's such a weird. Yeah, I like cow's milk. Oh, you how many cows do you eat that's like liquid?
I like lumps in my cow's milk.
That's really good. I like that.
Look, you turned that around on me, and it was perfect. I'm backing down on it. I'm backing down.
Although, like I will say, I don't want to like yuck your yum. If you like crunchy peanut butter, that's great. Enjoy it. It's more smooth peanut butter for me available in store.
To me, it's not really. I prefer crunchy, but it's not one or the other. Like crunchy peanut butter is like an 8 out of 10. Smooth is like a 7 out of 10. It's all good shit. I'll get it all down. I probably wouldn't make a smooth peanut butter trenched hot dog bun though.
You don't know what you're missing. Oh man, I messed up my chat window. I need to refresh it. Sorry,
We got
chat.
Smee here, so that's all that matters.
In an awkward predicament, and I have a question for the room. First of all, how close are you guys to like your realtors? Like, do you maintain? Is a realtor relationship important to maintain?
Yeah, I keep in touch with my realtor.
Why?
Yeah.
Because so like a while ago, I had a realtor. He helped me find a property, and when I got the place, he gave me a gift card to congratulate me, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I'm gonna get you back. So like around Christmas, I sent he and his wife, who I'm friends with both of them. I sent them Yeti mugs, like camping mugs, because they go outdoors and stuff. So I got them these 2 Yeti mugs, and he said, "Oh, we love these. My wife has one already, but like these are our favorite mugs. I'm so jealous of her. Now I have one. I'm so excited." So I just made the order on Amazon, and I sent it to them. Like I shipped the package to them, like gift wrap,
Right.
probably. So then like 3 weeks after that, I got an email and it says your return has been processed. You've been credited $25 for your Yeti mug. And I saw that and I was like, I didn't asked for returns. So I think what he meant to do was get a return so that he could get the balance so that he could buy something else with the thing on Amazon. But it went to my account, and I don't know what to do.
So awkward.
Man, I don't. I'm gonna just like nope out of here. It's like,
Also, question, Blaine, why are you getting your realtor a gift? The gift that you got him was the commission on the house that he
yeah,
sold to you.
So
Barbara's right.
he's like an old friend. Like we're not nearly as close as we used to be. We used to game all the time together. But like we're buds.
You should buy him another one and send it.
You should buy him
Hey,
another one and
dude,
be
it's
like,
how you return this.
yeah. Hey, I saw this got returned accidentally.
Yeah.
Wanted to hook you up with another one.
Because the thing
Weird,
is,
I
he,
got a refund.
he had to drive that back to a place for me to get money. And if I acknowledge it, then I'm like, hey, do you want a gift card? Like, I don't know how to go about having it.
I think you got to send it again.
You
I think that's
gotta
the
send
only
it
way.
again.
Okay, all right.
So wait, you can get a refund off other people's gifts?
Yeah, that's it. Like, did you give him a gift receipt? How'd that work?
I don't think I did because otherwise I feel like it would have gotten he would have gotten the money.
Send him two. Send him two now.
But then I'm
What
losing
if-
out.
What if he just
Such a
didn't get
waste
it?
of money.
What if he just never picked it up or something and it got returned by accident?
No, he did because it delivered to his
Yeah.
home.
And plus, also, if Blaine got a credit, that means the return was processed on the Amazon side.
He texted me that I heard like somebody texted somebody, and I was
'cause
like,
you said,
hey, I
Yeah,
hope you
you
got
had
had the thing, and then he said, yeah, we love these Yeti things, and then like, apparently not.
In chat, the Phantom Observer says that's like something out of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It's yeah, it is. It absolutely is. And I don't know what to do.
It's one thing to get someone a gift and give them a gift receipt and like, all right, I got this for you. You return it if you want, use it for store credit, whatever. And like not know about it, but to actually get the email with the receipt and like saying that it was returned, like.
so did he get an email that
so
just came back and
weird.
said, your refund will be processed to the sender's account? Was he just like,
I
shit.
think so. And then like, so now we're both in these positions where he either hits me up and says, hey, I returned your gift. Can you give me the money for it?
Can
Or-
you buy yourself one, and the next time you see him, whenever in the future, just show up drinking out of that mug? Like anytime you see him from now on, just use that mug exclusively.
I already
Go
own
out of
one.
your way to have it. Yeah.
They're great.
Blaine, buy a
That's not
new
what he
one and then send him a thank you gift, like a thank you card for the mug. Like, hey, dude, thanks for the $25 to spend on this. Appreciate it.
Narcillion says, get a new realtor.
I would say send him 10. I think that's
They're
the best outcome.
Not cheap, those mugs.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yetis are expensive.
Yeah, they're quality.
Never had one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
all right.
man.
Well,
Lulu Dominari in chat says just send him a gift card.
just out of the blue, just
Well,
like,
no, Blaine's done all these shit. Blaine's gone the extra mile there already. I don't
Yeah.
think you need to make up anything at this point.
Yeah, you've
You didn't
already.
want
Yeah.
the damn thing.
Yeah.
Keep
You're
the
in the
money,
clear.
You
Blaine.
also got the commission on your house. It's thousands of dollars. It's a pretty nice gift.
yeah, I don't know.
I get you though. I understand where you're coming from.
Now it's just awkward because the next time I see him, it's just gonna be like, hey, how about that Yeti mug? I don't know.
Ugh.
Gus likes to
Awful.
assert dominance. Broken Dimodus.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, TBD. Maybe I'll send him another one with a gift receipt this time, and it'll
I
just
get
be
a-
a joke.
I still get a lot of mail from my realtor, just like I don't know what he's even advertising or what. Like I'm like I already used your services, dude. Like I'm good. Like I don't know why you're trying to advertise to me still.
I think they just want to keep you in mind. They want you to keep them in your mind if you ever sell your house. That way
Yeah.
you use them again, and then use them to buy another house.
That's very true.
Did you guys go ahead?
The Austin real estate market's been going crazy lately. I constantly see
yeah.
people making posts in the Austin subreddit that are like, how does anyone buy a house right now? It seems like every house gets multiple offers and everyone pays like $50,000 in cash over the asking price in order to even get a house these days here. It's like, it is so fucking nuts right now.
Tesla, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the article about the guy that moved his family from California
Yeah.
into Austin?
Fuck that piece of shit.
You guys haven't talked about this yet, right? Because I read
No,
that and I
no.
thought it was
What
it
is
was a
it?
joke. Some guy moved his family from San Diego, and he was like, I had a 2,000 square foot home. I can't remember what it was. And I doubled that with, and he like broke down the cost. I got it in bee caves. And then he just proceeded to make a top 10 list of why you should not move to Austin. And it was things from our culture sucks. We're all mean people who are bad at driving. The weather here is shit. It's too expensive. Our Yelp reviews are wrong. Our businesses are untrustworthy.
Well,
it was like
the
Are you getting
dumbest point.
protective over Austin?
Well, the dumbest point he made was that, like Blaine said, he went from a 2,500 square foot house to a 4,000 square foot house, and then he bitched that it was too expensive to run the air conditioner all summer to cool a 4,000 square foot house. It's like
in
dude,
Texas.
you
No
you don't
shit.
have to buy a 4,000 square foot house, and of course that's going to be fucking expensive. You move to Austin. I mean, don't move to Austin because cooling a 4,000 square foot house costs some money. Like, boo fucking who? You bought a fucking 4,000 square foot house.
Like, dude, it was your choice to move to Austin. Like, do the research of things in Austin before you move there, right? Like,
Well, you can't practice a lot of the stuff that you get when you actually live in a place.
I
can't
get that, but
See
like,
what your electricity bill would be, I guess.
to move to a new city and write an
There's-
article about
there's
how much that
resources.
city sucks is like, I don't know. That's just like a really shitty move.
His
Apparently
basis.
he wrote it some time ago. He's I guess he did an interview with someone that updated it. He's like, yeah, I wrote that a couple years ago. Didn't expect people would find it all of a sudden and get really mad about it.
His
Oh,
basis
God.
for Austinites being rude and unkind, which like I feel like anytime I'm in Austin, I have a great time. People are super nice. I go to New York, that's where I encounter like kind of mean people, but like it's fine, it's New York. He was like, I saw a guy wear a shirt and it says "Don't move here." Rude. I brought my family out here to Texas, and he's just like fucking dying on this hill. It was embarrassing.
It was fun. It was a funny read. It was good. It was a good read. I
Fuck that guy.
enjoyed it.
Fuck that guy.
No, come on. I mean,
No, he
he's
shouldn't move
entitled.
here.
He's entitled to his opinion. I think a lot of his points were weird. Like he also had a point. Shane just reminded me. He said that he liked the outdoors, but that there's mosquitoes here. It's like, well, okay, yeah, there's bugs outside. Sorry.
So like, you'll find mosquitoes in how much % of North America? Like,
It was strange.
The thing
There
is,
are a
that
lot
guy.
of mosquitoes here.
There are.
Yeah.
I'm with him
there
on
are.
that one.
He could have done his research. All of these things, you can find all of these things on websites. Like you can project how much you'd be spending. I went through all these steps when I was looking for a house. Like how much am I going to be, this and budgeting and stuff like. This guy just came in unprepared.
I'm
It
getting
does
the feeling
suck
that
with the
Gavin
air
wrote this article.
conditioning. What'd you say?
Nothing. Not that you wrote this article. I definitely
Oh.
didn't say that. Go ahead.
But yeah, that is one of the annoying things that I never dealt with in England is that with air conditioning, you have to like cool all the rooms that you're not in as well. I guess you could get those vent things, can't you? But
Yeah, you can get smart vents to do that. But still, it's 4,000. That's a big house. Eric also reminded me. He also complained about a culture of mini mansion obsession here, despite the fact he bought a 4,000 square foot house.
He said we were also like monoculturistic or something like that. Basically saying like I only have white neighbors, but I came from a neighborhood that was diverse. Dude moved to bee caves, and like
Yeah.
I live in a neighborhood. I have it's awesome. There's so many diverse groups of people.
Austin is fairly monocultured. It's strange. I think Austin's not a very diverse city, considering its size. I think it's
Like a lot of cities, that it depends on the area.
Yeah, that's
like Bee Caves is a very white neighborhood.
that is true.
I assume most people listening don't know what Bee Caves is or where it is, but yeah, it's
Suburbs.
I don't even know where it is.
Yeah, it's like
It's-
super southwest, right?
West, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
but I feel like a lot more neighborhoods in Austin are becoming a lot more like multicultural and stuff like that, doing a lot better in diversity. But it's definitely an uphill battle here in Austin compared to some other places in Texas, maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
work to be done.
I guess it is kind of depending on where you go, but I don't know. I love Austin. I fucking love it here. Like, eventually, I will probably have to move to LA at some point, but I think even then, like, I'm always gonna have a place in Austin because this place is just like it's too good.
Why do you think you'll have to move to LA? like,
I think the natural progression of my career is probably gonna have to take me out there when I do.
You'll
porn.
need a new realtor though.
I'll send him Yeti mugs.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'll ever own property in LA though, unless I fucking hit it big.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing in Austin now. That's a problem everyone's having. It's all so
Yeah, it's
fucking expensive. Yeah, how do you buy a fucking house in this city?
Yeah, I heard people are just like listing their houses, like ridiculous, like way more than it's valued at, just to see what happens, and then they get an offer on it, and they're like, "Shit, better start looking for houses because we're selling this one."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. If you sell yours, then you still have to buy another. Like you still need to live somewhere.
It's probably great right now if you're leaving Austin.
I also
Yeah,
saw
but that's why it's expensive. It's like so many people are moving here.
I also saw that. So like Elon Musk is here. He and Grimes have moved to Austin, and I guess so is Rogan.
They gave Dave Chappelle COVID.
Yeah, so they posted a picture where it looked like they were downtown somewhere. It was Rogan, Chappelle, Grimes, and Elon Musk, and yeah, fucking Dave Chappelle has COVID. It's like, oh, well, shocker. The rich are not, safe from going out and being assholes and getting a disease that's widespread.
Isn't Musk the richest now?
I think he is now. Yeah, I think he just overtook Bezos, right?
Yeah, but that guy's got like a super vaccine, I'm sure by now. My mom got the vaccine.
So much. Oh,
Really?
that's awesome.
Yeah, she's a teacher. She's like a little bit. I wouldn't say she's old. She's a very hip, late 50s, maybe early 60s. I can't remember. I'm very excited for her though.
I took my in-laws to get the vaccine a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it was reassuring to see so many people getting vaccinated and like that process actually working. It's like, all right, that actually gives hope that we're going to reach the end of it at some point. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I guess
It's just going to be it's a daunting task, I think, for this administration to figure out.
Did you steal some vaccine for yourself?
Yeah, I walked around with my arm out like, oops.
I fell on this needle. And this one.
Oh no. I will say, Gus, despite this character that Rooster Teeth people think that you're the grumpy, angry Gus, you love your in-laws so more than I've heard any other person love their in-laws. You gave your father-in-law like a console not too long ago, I think.
That was my stepfather.
Okay, still a great relationship with his in-laws, with his step-parents. Who is
Everybody.
this guy?
Just loves people.
Yeah, I'm not as angry as you think I am.
He definitely does not wallow in self-pity.
God damn it.
Oh man, that'll never get old.
It's never gonna go away.
Am I cool now?
What is that?
It's Go XLR.
Oh,
yeah, Blaine, you're cool as
Yeah, I can do that too. I just gotta,
Man, everyone's got all the fancy features. I got the mini one because I thought I wouldn't need all that. No one needs all that. But I can't do any of that. I've only got bleep.
I'm a huge streamer now.
Yeah?
I already sense myself annoying people with the effects that I have on this thing. Because
you gotta keep going, Barbara. Yeah, you just gotta that's what I did with the rim shot and with the sad trombone. You just gotta keep doing the Eric soundboard.
Please stop.
See, you just gotta keep going. They tell you to stop and you just keep going over and over.
I just know how much Blaine hates this one in particular, so I should just keep it on the rest of the time.
God, I feel like you're gonna ask me to put the lotion on my skin.
Slower.
If you hate that, all that crap, watch the beginning of the latest Lasso video because it's like 3 straight minutes of Michael, Jeremy, and Alfredo all trying to sync, but doing that the entire time. And I was just sat there just waiting.
After a certain point, you're just so used to it, you're just like.
I just couldn't.
Sounds so cool when you have an effect.
The cops are outside.
All right, come out with your hands up.
Get off the roof.
Put lotion on that woman a little too slow.
Speaking of streaming and stuff like that, and this is not directed at any particular person.
He's talking about me.
No.
You don't stream.
None of us. I don't think any of us stream, right? None of us stream.
Not yet, no.
Okay, so that we can all talk about this openly. Do you ever get offended when a friend's like, "Hey, I want to play some video games with you. You want to play this thing?" You're like, yeah. And then you get there and then you find out that they're streaming. Because I want to support my friends and I'm happy to do it, but at the same time,
what's offensive about that though?
You just want to play games with your friends. You don't have to be on. Like James and I, we play games every weekend. We never stream it, bro, because we just want to just chill.
What do you play?
We played this like dinosaur Second Instinction game, but we've been playing that, and we played Last of Us, not Last of Us, Left 4 Dead. We've been playing something else. I don't know. James and I just like to play sometimes.
Yeah, I really like offline
Overwatch.
playing. Like whenever Dan's over, we play games and just don't stream it because I mean it would make good content, but it's just I think it's nice to just
It's just for you.
relax and do it whenever. And
I never get offended because nobody ever invites me to play games, so it's fine.
I think everyone probably assumes that you're too busy or don't want to.
I honestly, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably be like, no, I can't. I'm not gonna play games. Although I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight again lately. I picked it up back again on PC and on Xbox.
just casually.
Yeah, for fun. Just hop into a random game every now and then. That game's still so much fun.
It's
so
fun,
good.
yeah.
Meg
been
plays
playing
it all the
recently
time.
on stuff.
She loves
Yeah.
it.
I worry about like declining server populations. Like sometimes it takes a long time to find a match. I'm like, oh no, don't die. We need more people playing.
Yeah, Blaine, I understand what you're saying though. Like you thought it was just like a social activity and someone wants to like play games and just hang out, but it's like a ulterior motive in a way.
Yeah,
Right?
Phoenix Fury just said, Blaine, do you find it offensive because you feel they are using you to try to get extra views? And like, I don't think that that's the case. I think that they do want to just play for like because we're buds, but I also
I think
like,
it's just
be an element of it.
I think if I may talk for the other side of it, I think it's been really nice for me personally to get to be included in these things because I like playing games with people, and a lot of games people are gravitating towards to now for streams are more social games and more like multiplayer stuff. And for that, obviously you need people to play those games. And so it's an easy way to like get in on the action and like actually hang out with people and socialize. So to me, it's like, I don't care if people are streaming or not. It's just an easy way to play more games and hang out with people.
No, for sure. And I hope that this doesn't bite me in the ass and like my friends that stream who ask me to be on don't
They'll
ever ask
never
me to
invite
be
you
on.
again.
He
But I
never
think-
got an invite again.
But I think what it comes down to is like if you think about it in a different context, okay? So they're not streaming content playing video games. Say they are a DJ or I don't know if that's a good example. We'll go with that. Say they say, "Hey, I want you to come to this party." All right? And then as it turns out, they're DJing that party, and the more people that go to that party, they get more money. So you kind of feel like, what am I here for? Am I here because you want me to be here, or am I here because you want to make more money?
Maybe both. Why not both?
I don't know.
Why
Am I
don't you want to
crazy?
help out your friends, Blake?
I want to help out my friends, but like sometimes I just want to play video games and just like hang out with people and not have to be on all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
really
can. Yeah,
true.
I can see both sides of it
I don't
for
know.
sure. I've been
We've been
playing a lot of
playing some
Hitman
games.
3.
Ooh,
Ooh. IOI.
people talking about that game like crazy.
Yeah, because they're making that new James Bond game, so I feel like everyone's like, what?
I just really enjoy. I feel like Hitman is one of the few franchises where I've actually played every game from the moment they all came out. Like I played the first Hitman when it came out. Did the same with GTA, and they're like my only. I guess Halo as well. But I feel like Hitman actually got much more popular in its later games, as did GTA. Like not a ton of people played GTA London, you know, compared to how many have played GTA 5.
What?
But Hitman 3 is, I think it's a really good game. A little bit
If I were
busted
to-
right now.
If I were to jump into Hitman, where would I jump in? Because I'm kind of a completionist, but there's a ton of different iterations. Like, what's a good starting point for Hitman?
So I would just get Hitman 3, and there's a version that includes all of the levels from Hitman 1 and 2.
So it's like a remaster, but in Hitman 3.
Well, the thing is with Hitman, the Hitman 3, it's confusing because there was an original Hitman, Hitman 2, and Hitman 3. This isn't them. Those are like from the 2000s. There was Hitman Codename 47, Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, and Hitman Contracts. They're the real like Hitman 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
That's not included in anything that is now. The current Hitman 3 contains the rebooted Hitman, different levels, the new Hitman 2, which came out a few years ago, and then the new one that just came out now. But they're all in the same package. They're on the same engine, so you can just play all the levels from all of those new 3 in Hitman 3, but none of the old Hitman 3 trilogy. All right?
Okay.
So
I'll
just
get
buy,
Hitman
what
3.
I'm getting is buy the Hitman 3 with all the
Buy
Viewers
new Hitman
levels.
3, and it will come with a lot of other stuff.
Will I be confused by the story, or will it catch me up pretty decently?
Well, it's the Hitman, the 2016 Hitman was like a
reboot.
Yeah, it's a new story from there, pretty much.
Tomb Raider of the Tomb Raider series.
Yeah, there's references to the previous super old stuff, but it's mainly just a big contained story trilogy. I don't think I could have explained that worse.
Yeah.
But
so Hitman
it's
3
not my forte.
will come out with, it has new versions of the same Hitman 1 and 2 missions. And when you say Hitman 1 and 2, this is the remastered, like rebooted version.
Yeah, when I say Hitman 1 and 2, I mean Hitman 2016 and Hitman 2018, not Hitman 2000 and Hitman 2002 or whatever they came out.
I got it. All right, okay, great.
What?
Exactly.
What if that minute was like the ad for Hitman? Do you think anyone would buy it?
I think you sold some people on it. Not me, but
it's fun.
Someone somewhere got sold on it.
I think I
it's
found
good
out
value.
Chris, speaking of ads for Hitman, Chris made an ad for them, and I remember it was for GameStop or something. And I remember out of not even thinking it was Rooster Teeth, I just saw that ad and I was like, it's a pretty good ad. That was really funny. I went back and watched that ad. It was so funny. And then I found out that Chris made it. And then
when was this?
Now I hate that ad. Huh? It was probably, I don't know. I must have been in college or something.
Which Hitman game?
Before I was working at Rooster Teeth. That might have been, that wasn't 2016. Was Chris working here at that point? Was I working here at that point?
2016, yeah.
2016
Chris started, I think, 2009.
Fairly recent.
5 years ago. I don't know. You have to ask Chris. Chris
had been working here for 6 years at that point, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Chris is ageless. Was he a founder? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he and Carrie started what, Gus? 2009, 2010?
I want to say 2010.
Okay.
What is extra confusing is that I think there was a Hitman trilogy game released, but it didn't have Hitman 1 in it.
I just
think
remember
it was 2, 3, and 4.
There was this bomb ass commercial where there's a bunch of latex nuns attacking a motel, and then Agent 47 kills all of them. And I was like,
that was
crazy.
That was
commercial.
Absolution.
What is that? Is that Hitman? Is that an expansion?
Hitman. No, that was Hitman 5.
But I thought Hitman 3 was that.
So it's Hitman 1, Hitman 2, Hitman 3.
Eric says, I feel like I'm having a stroke. What is happening? I hate
All right,
Hitman now.
let me run through. Hitman Coded 47,
sick.
Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, Hitman Contracts, Hitman Blood Money, Hitman Absolution, Hitman 2, Hitman 3. There were some side ones. There was some sniper ones. I'm not getting into those.
There's a Sean Bean one.
Sean Bean was in Hitman. Just Hitman.
Hitman.
Not original Hitman, but Hitman.
This is worse than anything Assassin's Creed has ever done. I'm so mad. I'm not even in this. I have to listen to it and take notes, and I don't know what I'm writing. I don't know what I just erased everything. I've just erased everything and wrote Hitman 3. That's it.
It's a good idea.
Eric, run me through the Hitman games. Go.
I've never played them, and I don't. Hitman 1 is not Hitman. Hitman 3 is not Absolution. Hitman 2 comes after those. Latex nuns are in Absolution, but that's before Hitman 1. I hate this. I hate it.
Here, I'll recite them back to you, Eric. We got Hitman 1. Then we got Hitman 1.5 Absolute Vodka. Then we got Hitman. That really packs a punch, dude. Then we got Hitman 3, The Reckoning. And then we got Hitman 1.3, which is supposed to be after 1.2, but they got it mixed up.
Hitman is the Kingdom Hearts of non-Disney video games. This is miserable. I'm upset.
Empty Forest just said exactly what I needed to hear. They just said, just start with the reboot of the last 3 games.
But that's what I said, Blaine.
That's exactly what Gavin said.
No, but then you went into Absolution, abs.
You went into Absolution. I never mentioned it until you talked about it. I didn't touch on Blood Money or Absolution.
I was just talking about sexy nuns in latex, and then you started talking about how there's a like a New Testament and an Old Testament for Hitman. I don't fucking know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
I think you just made it more clear by saying that, Blaine. So Old Testament. You want to play New Testament Hitman, not Old Testament Hitman.
Okay, all right. So yeah, New Testament Hitman is what I'll go by.
What you got against the
Look,
Old Testament, guys?
Anytime a company makes like the 6th version of their game and calls it the same thing as the first one, you know it's going to get messy. It's to be expected at this point.
Who all's done that? I guess Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Halo,
Yeah, they
Halo.
did do that.
Halo hasn't yet. They just call it Infinite. iPhone
Someone
did that
put
in
in
a
the
way.
chat. Hitman, Tokyo Drift. Hitman, me baby one more time. Excellent.
I mean, they haven't messed with the number. They haven't like put the number in the title yet, like Driv 3 and
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Resident E7.
Man, everybody's drooling all over that tall vampire lady.
I know. I had to look. I haven't
Two-man.
played that Resident Evil game yet. I had to look it up. Like everyone wants to get squished by some tall vampire lady. I need to find out what's going on.
Oh my god.
It's that and it's fucking Mittens Bernie Sanders. Everyone's just going wild. Everyone's going
Dude.
crazy.
The chat is cracking me up with these different Hitman titles. I want to know everyone's Hitman title.
Hitman 316. Praise
I
be.
like two man.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. God of War did it with God of War 4.
That's right.
Oh,
God of
yeah.
War.
That's a good point.
They didn't call it God of 4.
Or war for R.
It would have been. Yeah, it's always funny when. Imagine if Halo was called Hafolo.
Oh god.
They could have. They didn't. They knew it was the wrong move. They didn't do it.
Gears
Appreciate
of War could have done Gears of 4.
You
Yeah.
know that some concept artists for all of those companies made that at some point. Like they had to, just because there's just like an ask from the producers or something. They're like, oh god, I'm soul sucking.
Speaking of Gears of War, anytime I boot up my Xbox right now, it shows you like sometimes it shows you achievements that you're really close to. Apparently, I'm 99% of the way through the Grubpocalypse achievement in Gears Tactics, but I see it and I'm like, I could boot it up and probably knock it out right now, but I'm never gonna do it. I don't care. It's just right there. It literally says like 99%. Like I could do that in like 2 minutes probably if I had to, but just not gonna do it.
That's amazing. I sent you a thing, Gus, of when I did the bandwidth test on my Xbox.
What the fuck is up with that?
You can check. I don't know what that's for. I'm trying to find the picture I sent you. I don't know what that's for. It's like to check your bandwidth that you've used on your Xbox, but it's just garbage. I'll try and show some. Here's my historical bandwidth usage. Casually racked up 18 petabytes in December there.
So is it 18 petabytes or is it 18,000? Yeah, I guess that's 18 petabyte, right? 1,000 terabytes is a petabyte. So 18 petabytes.
I've
should
never seen
reconsider
that
that
option until recently. I've never seen the option to check your usage, but I just randomly pressed it. I was like, I don't know if that. I don't think that's right. I think my internet provider would be quite pissed if I downloaded 18 petabytes through an Xbox.
Are those called petos for short? Because if so, we should tell QAnon that we found them. God.
Yeah, Gavin sent me that, and it turns out he used slightly more bandwidth than I did. I only used 12 petabytes in December.
What is this for? On what? Like Gavin's uploading slow-mo stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, but not
Right.
through my Xbox. That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
Wait, are you guys-
That's how you
petabyte
operate?
is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a shitload of data. I mean, there may be a day in the future where a game console can put 18 petabytes through it, but
Yeah, I think in a month for my home internet aggregate, I use just under 2 terabytes. So it would be 500 times that would be 1 petabyte, and then multiply that times 18.
I think I had a 40 terabyte month once, but I've never come close to that again.
Is this a good time to get Cyberpunk? Is it fixed? Did they fix Cyberpunk?
I haven't played it since the new
so.
patch.
I would probably still wait a little bit.
Yeah, give it a little time. I
I will say I've had
We're-
fun with it in its current state. I think it's still fun.
Okay. Noted.
It's set your expectations appropriately. It is slightly broken. Slightly.
I don't know. I'm asking like free time. What's up?
So we were talking about Elon Musk earlier, and I meant to bring this up, but the conversation moved on. I was reading something he said last year. I think it was January of 2020, but it was last year or the year before, talking about sending people to Mars, right? And of course, the people always say like, well, what's the point of that? Only rich people would be able to go. Like there's no practical application of it. Then he basically, in this interview, reinvented indentured servitude, saying like if people can't afford to go, they can go to Mars and then work off the price of their ticket and their lodging.
Holy shit!
And I was like, what the fuck is it? Like, does he not have anyone around him that's like, hey, no,
Maybe not.
Let's chill out on that idea right there.
Yeah, maybe that's not the greatest idea that you've ever had.
They're not. Those guys are stuck out there though. At least for until we can get shit figured out and stuff. Like anybody we send to Mars, they're dying on Mars.
Yeah, but I mean, it makes me think a lot about manifest destiny in the United States, right? Where people would come from Europe and then just go out west to try to claim as much land as they could, right? It's like they're stuck out there, but it's like if they're escaping a life that's bad, they're trying to restart a life. Even if they have nothing, it's only upside for them. So it could be a similar situation with Martian exploration, where it's like you have nothing here, you may as well go to Mars and try to, start a better life.
So how do we govern Mars? Because like it's at that point.
I mean,
it's
Earth won't govern
space.
Mars. Mars will just be Mars. What can Earth do with Mars?
But like
Nothing.
What stops Mars from like completely going off and like if they're hitting reset, then that
Gravity.
means like Geneva Convention out the window.
Nice.
They can use flamethrowers again in
Bless you,
war.
Barbara.
Like if they're
Well, I mean, that's just war, though, really, isn't it?
it's gonna happen. It's inevitability. We're humans.
But
But,
I wouldn't count on. Hey, humans made it to Mars. Now we have humans on Mars. It's just going to be Mars versus Earth eventually.
No, yeah, for sure. But that's the thing, though. Then they won't be bound to our earthly. It's gonna be like Killzone, which was a great fucking game, and they just announced that they're closing down all the servers and the websites.
I assume they'll inherit a lot. They'll take a lot of the laws with them. Again, like when Europeans came to North America, they bring that legal structure with them and they maintain it for a while, but then it starts adapting and changing over time to suit whatever they need in their new space.
I
Do you
imagine
think
that
they'll
happens
dump a
because that's
bunch
all
of
they
tea
know.
into space?
Sorry, I talked over that really good joke. I apologize. Go ahead again, Gavin. I don't think we heard it all the way.
Say it one more time.
I feel like. Oh yeah, Barbara, your volume's low for me. I'm turning
is
you
it?
up.
Nice. I
Oh,
never
there you
thought
are.
Gavin would turn me up before, baby. I guess that doesn't work as well as on, but doing the best with what we have here.
You
folks.
really turn me up. What?
Oh man, that makes me so turned down.
But no, seriously though, it's like it's kind of like Killzone was a great game. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but like they kind of touched on this where they sent a group of people off to colonize Helgen, and then Helgen got all fucked up, and then they just like were out there on their own, and then they just amassed a military, and they're like, "Hey, we're coming back to take over." So like, yeah, there's nothing stopping them from doing that.
Isn't that in Skyrim?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Is
about
there
people.
Mars in Skyrim?
Is there?
That's
Is
a good
Skyrim-
question.
Is Skyrim on Earth?
No.
No.
Okay. Middle Earth?
There's all kind of weird shit in the sky in Tamriel and all that.
Wait, like planets and stuff?
Yeah, isn't
Play
there?
that game. I should play that game.
Isn't that weird shit? Sure, chat will let us know. Is there weird shit in Elder Scrolls?
Can we get Elder Scrolls in space? Is that going to be like the next one? I want to be a barbarian astronaut with a great axe.
Isn't that Fallout or no? Never mind.
If you only got to do one activity in 0G, what would you pick?
Wait, so I'm living in 0G and I only get to do
Swimming.
one activity?
Like, this is the dumbest thing.
Would you drown?
Because you're already kind of floating when you swim, right? You don't
Yeah, but I
really
never
get the full.
If this is full circle, I think you'd be able to like swim all the water away from
No.
yourself.
I think you might. I think there's a greater risk of drowning, isn't there? Because you wouldn't float.
You'd
Like,
have to
you'd be
swim
floating-
out
Right.
to just
You'd
the
have to
nearest edge
escape
of the ball
water.
of water, because it would be a ball.
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
wouldn't-
get.
Yeah, that would be. You'd
You would
be
be
screwed.
floating
You wouldn't be
in
able to get
floating.
out.
Right. Yeah. I think that would be very dangerous.
I'm gonna be real
Yeah.
caveman with my answer, and I'm gonna give one of two: sex or
Yep.
fighting a man to death. Both of those things would
Whoa.
be crazy in zero G.
It would just
You
be
just
like
bouncing off
Inception
Yeah,
when they're just floating around, punching the shit out of each other.
that's the
I
one.
feel like would sex be like almost like slow motion at that point because like you don't really have like the the same kind of motion that you could do when you're in zero G. So it would be like
Gotta strap in, baby.
I feel like fluids would have a higher chance of like getting in your face, eye, mouth,
Why?
because they're just floating around in zero G.
Wait, so it's like you just talk about jizz? You gotta be.
It could be any number of fluids,
there's a lot of fluids.
sweat, and then
involved.
sometimes with
Yeah, but
certain
if you spaff
women,
in
they
zero G and there's no wind resistance, it'll just sod off, won't it? It'll just shoot off.
It
maybe
would push you back. It would push you out.
You just so hard that
It
you
would
go.
launch
"Whoa!"
I think you would end up just going all over the place. You wouldn't be able to stay in the room that you're in. You just hit the walls. Is there a room? You in a room?
Yeah, sure.
Or is it
Yeah, I
barf?
think you.
You're just having naked sex in the moon, just like
In-
nothing else.
in the
there's
vacuum of
gravity
space.
on the moon.
outside. I know, but you'd be wearing like a spacesuit, right? You gotta.
Is that what makes it zero G? Is if you put on a spacesuit?
No,
That's-
I
you
mean
just-
like you'd be in a room of some sort if you're having sex with zero G. Like you'd be in a spaceship or something.
Okay.
You wouldn't be outside on the moon having sex, probably.
Yeah, I
because
think.
you have
Then
to
I
be in a
think the
spacesuit.
greatest difficulty would be trying not to bang your head.
Which head?
God damn it. I just thought of something. So there's an episode of Clone Wars where Kit Fisto fights
Face
underwater
bomb.
with a lightsaber. Have they ever done a zero G lightsaber battle? Maybe in Clone Wars, but none is coming to my mind. Why hasn't that happened yet?
That should happen.
They don't do zero
like
G
there's not-
stuff in Star Wars.
They did it with Leia for a little bit,
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
but she didn't fight anyone.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
That'd
really
be
not
cool.
a lot of zero G in Star Wars space.
yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
There's so many potential for zero G porn and like funny names for it. There has to be that's got to exist or like it should exist in the future, right? Like taking one of those vomit comet things where you get like no gravity, where they film porn. That
I think
exists,
I
right?
think they've done that.
It's like one of those sleazy by the hour hotels, but it's the vomit comet, and then they gotta like wipe it down afterwards.
Man, now I'm
So I
imagining a lightsaber fight in zero G where they just have like the first swing and bounce off each other, and then they're just like, shit. It's kind of- you need to use the force just to get back to the person you're fighting.
So good. That would be so interesting.
Yeah, I'm a little like now. I want to see that. I think you're onto something here, Blaine.
Rebels season 3 finale. They're saying that they did that. They did that in Star
Oh.
Wars Clone Wars 2003. Okay, I'll have to look into this.
Is that the old Gendy Tartakovsky Clone Wars, the 2003?
Oh shit! The guy that did Samurai Jack.
I was gonna say Dexter's
Stuff.
Laboratory, but I guess
Dexter's
same
Lab.
thing, right?
Yeah, that guy's great. No, he did.
Omelette du fromage.
That's like the one line from Dexter's Lab that I always remember too. Omelette du fromage.
Yeah, it turns out if in a
He says it
cartoon they
over
say
and over.
something 50 times, it gets actually stuck in everyone's
Omelette
real
du
brain.
fromage. Omelette du.
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
I
There
still
was a-
quote that probably at least every 2 months. I haven't seen that in probably 20 years. It's just in there, man.
Isn't
Yeah.
Dexter's Lab on some streaming service now?
It's got to be. Let's see.
I hope so.
There.
It's a great show.
I
Oh,
want to say
speaking of,
it's on HBO Max.
What?
it is. It
Hell
is.
yeah.
I just looked.
HBO
I,
Max,
uh,
hell yeah.
So I was flipping through this. God, this sounds like an ad. I swear it's not an ad. They're not making us say this. I was
Go
looking
ahead.
through HBO Max the other day, and they had Weathering for You on there. I hadn't seen it yet, so
Yeah.
I finally watched it. It was really good. I know you had watched it, and you talked about it before, Barbara. And then
saw
I
it,
looked. I looked at their YouTube channel, and they had a video that was 30 minutes of relaxing scenes or 30 minutes of relaxing visuals from Studio Ghibli movies.
Oh,
Ooh.
And it's just like landscapes and water and like real serene sounds. It's actually like a 6-minute loop that they play 5 times.
that's
But
fine. That's great.
yeah, it was super cool to watch.
They should do a cooking one because Ghibli always is really.
There's
There's like a
cooking
dude.
and eating.
The fucking the Big Mac in Weathering for You. Was it
Aw.
Weathering with You? It
Weathering
looks
with You, yeah.
so good. I was like, I've never had a Big Mac that looks like that in real life. Like the food looks so fucking good, and that Big Mac looks huge in his hands.
I mean, food in anime just looks so delicious and delectable the way
Yep.
they make it. It's not just only the Big Mac, but like when they're making ramen in anime, my god, it makes me want ramen. It looks so fucking good.
Did you ever see Your Name?
Yeah,
It's one of my probably top 5 favorite films of all time.
Yeah, those fucked me up real good. I think Barb, I saw Weathering with You or whatever with like you, Trevor, Cole, and some other people.
Yeah, we went to
Back
like
when-
the Cinemark or something like that. It was
Yeah,
like,
and I think everybody hugged afterwards, and it was great.
oh, the before times.
Yeah.
no back hugs.
Yeah,
back hugs,
just
real
front
hugs.
hugs that day. God, that feels like forever ago.
Yeah, no joke.
I came
I
up with
can't
a
wait
new
to go see a
invention.
movie. What is it?
Well, since obviously the grand success of the cold mailbox, which became reality,
Congratulations.
come up with a TV, right, that turns off when you're not looking at it.
Oh shit.
My TV would be off half the time because I look at my phone when I'm watching some TV sometimes.
Would it still play audio?
Yeah, the audio plays. Great for like falling asleep to stuff. So let's say you're watching TV, it's all good. If it detects that your eyes haven't looked at it for like a minute, just turns the screen to black.
So then your TV has to have a camera that's constantly on watching you.
Right,
I
it
feel
doesn't-
like
I mean, how does your phone detect when you're looking at it?
There's a
Well,
camera.
the phone isn't looking at me; it's in my pocket almost all of the time.
the
Also,
act
Isn't it just
of
an infrared thingy? Beam?
the act of it
Yes.
turning on and off, wouldn't that cause more power than to maintain though? Because I
Right,
feel
that's
like
what
when
I'm
they
thinking too.
because like when cars did this, you know, like my dad's got one of those fancy trucks that like stops the engine at a light and then it turns it back on. Like that's bad for the starter, right?
TVs don't have starters, Blaine. Just FYI.
God
Just
damn
throwing
it!
it out
I'm
there.
saying the
What?
same. Oh, God.
No, yeah,
Same-
I agree with you, Blaine. That was my thought too. Like the powering off and on for so many times could be bad for it. I would
Because
think.
you're like restarting the combustion of the
Yeah.
engine, so it's like that's got to take up as much power as me stopping at a stop sign to lurch or whatever. You know? I don't know. I'm no man of
Well, I would
science.
say most TVs don't really turn off when you turn them off these days. They just enter like a lower power mode, so it might not be as huge of a jump as you think. Like it might be fine.
I think it's a good idea in theory, though, Gav, because like, especially if you fall asleep to the TV, and like, there's a lot of people who need that to fall asleep, like some type of sound or ambiance of some sort. And then but
When-
you can't fall asleep because it's so bright, but you still want to
Yeah.
have
Or
the
sometimes
sound.
when you're trying to fall asleep, but you remember something really funny is about to happen in the thing you're watching if you've seen it before, and you just have to like open your eyes and have a peek at that one little bit, the TV could come on for that bit. And then you could go back to sleep. Try and
I
go back
hate-
to
It
sleep.
senses you going.
There's got to be a way for, without having a camera, there's got to be a way for it to see that you're looking at it.
No,
what
it
if
needs a
it, what if
camera.
it used like reflections off your eyeball?
Oh yeah. A TV that shoots infrared into my eyes so that I can
That's
then shoot
what-
it back.
That's
Yeah,
how
that's perfect.
that Connect did that.
Yeah,
you
that's
have
the
tons of
Connect.
shit that does that all the time.
But like, no, because if you're looking at the TV and it's sending infrared at you constantly while you're staring at the infrared because it needs to confirm, yes, his eyes are still
That's
on the
how
TV.
you unlock your phone. It shoots
Yeah,
infrared
there's-
into your eyes.
There's actually tons of shit that does that already.
The
I'm
infrared's
going
like
to be-
super bad, isn't it?
I'm gonna be on the
No,
right
it's fine.
side.
Ultraviolet?
I'm gonna be on the right side of podcast history this time and say, Gavin, I agree with you. I think it's a great idea, and I think it will exist probably within the next 4 years. Guaranteed.
All right,
I thought
imagine
it-
when you see a cat, right? Low light situation, the cat's eyes super dilated, and you can always see the back of their eyeball because of what reflects. It would use that tech. It would see the back of your eye without a camera. I think it'll work.
But I think that would be bad
Remind
for
me
your
in 4
eyes.
years to check if television's auto power off.
Because then people who have their
There
TVs
we
on
go.
all the time, some people just have the TV on all damn day. They're glancing it. They're probably on their phone. But what if the screen was only on when they gave it a little glance?
What if I'm in the kitchen though and I like poke my head out? I'm at a super awkward angle for that TV, but I can still
I
see it.
reckon if you could see the TV, Blade, the TV could see you.
You
I
get
am thinking
ocular
of
implants
ultraviolet.
that connect to your
No.
TV,
Oh,
and they can sense when they're open or not,
Yeah,
and
what
looking
you
at
do-
the TV.
not even ocular. You get it on your eyelid and on the top of your eyelid up here. And if the two come close together, the TV knows your eyes are open. Then when you close it, they're far apart. The TV knows your eyes are closed.
But what if they're open, but you're just in a different room?
And then you
We'll
just
have
hear
to
the
work on
audio.
range.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to work on the range.
There's also a range.
Yeah. Well, we'll work on that. We have 4 years to figure it out.
4 years,
yeah.
huh? All right.
Yeah.
Within.
I saw on speaking of television, I saw something the other day I thought was super fucking interesting. I watched a documentary about those women who killed Kim Jong-il's brother in the Kuala Lumpur airport a couple years ago. Yeah, and it's a documentary that just talks about like how they were recruited, how they did all this, and all the story, like how North Korea orchestrated this and got away with it, and nobody got in trouble for it. Like they basically killed this dude and got away scot-free. It was called, the documentary was called Assassins.
I'm halfway
And,
through it. It's very interesting.
It was the most interesting part about that documentary to me was they had other videos that those women made, because like they told these women, oh yeah, we're just starting a YouTube channel and you're going to do funny pranks on people, and so they actually made like prank videos and uploaded them. So
I like that they
this
asked the guy, it's like, and are they funny? And he's like, yeah, they're pretty funny.
Wait, so did Kim Jong Un order the hit on his own brother?
Oh yeah, it's Kim Jong Un. I mean, they can't prove it, but it's accepted that North Korea carried out the assassination against Kim Jong-nam.
Whoa. You know, there was like a bunch of interesting stuff about how they're dealing with COVID, and like, of course, their propaganda saying like everything's fine, we're great, but people are like, nah, there are like tons of deaths happening over there. That place still fascinates me. I think that is honestly one of the most fascinating places on the planet because we can know so little about it.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's if y'all can watch it, I see some people in chat are talking about it. It's a super fucking interesting documentary to see.
Where's it streaming?
I received a screener for it. I don't know where else you can watch it. Oops, let me find it. Assassins documentary.
It's really interesting, some of the surveillance they have. Like after it happens, he like, you can see him limping. I guess like it's already taking effect on his body. Rough way to go. Damn.
It looks like it's coming out. So people in the UK are saying it's coming out there this week. So I'm pretty sure it's probably out in some form here. It looks like you can rent it on Prime Video.
Sweet.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
I'll get
I
it.
also watched Night Stalker.
How is that? I feel like I've seen so many documentaries about the Night Stalker that I didn't start that one.
Oh, I'd never really heard about it. Yeah, that's a messed up freaking dude. Awful.
Is this
Any
There's a
another
good
dog?
relation to Night Raker?
No.
Oh, okay.
This
Just
one's on
wanted to
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Man.
it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's only 4 episodes. It's pretty. I mean, if you don't know anything about it, it's pretty interesting. If you know the story, it's probably less so. If you've already seen documentaries on it.
You ever
I
watched
still think
Don't
my
Fuck with
favorite one of
Cats?
those is the Jinx.
That's so good.
I love that
God,
one.
the Jinx is so good.
The
I
way
want to
that
rewatch
unfolds.
that actually.
That's a good idea.
Sorry.
Uh,
Go ahead, Gary.
Did you guys-
Yeah, the way it comes together at the end, like Gavin was saying, the way it unfolds, and like the way it comes together,
yeah.
like at the very end, where it all just like comes to a head, basically. And then you're like, I think when I finished watching the Jinx, I think my mouth was open, like my mouth was agape, like I can't believe
Yeah, I went straight
the
online.
way
I
that
was
this
like,
worked out.
so what's happening now? What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's so good. Speaking of like serial killer stuff, I heard from someone that what was it called? There was a Netflix series, Mindhunter. That Mindhunter didn't get renewed. That they're not going to make any more of that.
Yep.
They only made 2 seasons of it. Yeah, I thought the first season was very uneven, but I thought the second season was fucking amazing. I thought the second season of Mindhunter was really good.
I only watched the first season.
The second season was way better than the first, and now there's no more. I think maybe a lot of people didn't tune in for the second season after the first one. Which
And that
sucks.
guy is the guy's the king. Was it King George in Hamilton?
Oh yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, it's fucking David Fincher. That's like the best TV can get because he is such a like mathematician. Like everything's perfect. All the shots are like perfectly orchestrated, and it's such a bummer we're not gonna get season 3. I'm sure it'll come back. It's got to come back. Everything does come back. Veronica Mars came back. This will come back.
I watched Waterworld last night.
Oh God,
Why?
how was that?
It's just an amazing. It's amazing what they did for a film, like the whole like football stadium sized floating sets, and some of the biggest explosions I've ever seen on camera. It's a mental. I think before Titanic, it was the most expensive film ever made.
I just looked. It's 3 hours long.
Oh,
Is it, or is that like the fan cut? There's like a version
just
that
it.
has.
It's
There's
2
like a
hours
whole
56
back-
minutes.
There's like a whole thing with Kevin Costner he like edited out. It was 3 hours and then he cut like 40 minutes out, and now the movie makes no sense because of it.
You are correct. It's only 2 hours 15 minutes. I was looking
Yeah.
at the other
Oh,
runtime.
wow.
The version I watched was the theatrical version that makes absolutely no sense and has giant plot holes and is a very bad movie. But it's an entertaining, good, bad movie.
that's the good 80s 90s shit where like that they weren't doing a lot of visual effects, so it's a lot of practical good stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
And Kevin Costner is a total bastard the entire movie. Like his character sucks. He like kind of has little moments of redemption, but he remains a prick all the way through the movie to the point where it's like, I thought he would be unhappy with the role, but apparently he was the one who wanted it. He was very fussy about how he was in the movie, and he wanted to be like that the whole movie. He's like
Like an anti-hero.
punching women and like selling them off. It's a mental character.
I've never seen it.
Me neither.
I watched.
But you're really selling it. So
Yeah.
I have to check it out.
Speaking of less than stellar movies, for the first time ever the other day, I watched Godfather 3. I'd never seen it before.
Oh,
Is it no
How
good?
long
Yeah,
is
I was-
that one?
That's pretty long. I want to say I think that's the shortest Godfather movie, but it's still like 2 hours 45 minutes or so.
Those movies are long.
It's
dude.
long. Yeah, that movie is no good. Like I never understood why people didn't like it because obviously I'd never seen it, and I watched. I was like, that's nothing like the other movies.
Mm.
Oh, it's only 2 hours 42 minutes. Okay.
didn't people dunk on that because Sofia Coppola was in it, and they're like, that's just Francis Ford Coppola putting his daughter in it and shit. And
Yeah, he plays the main character's daughter. Yeah, but apparently early screenings they did not like it because her accent was really bad, so she had to like ADR like 75% of her lines in the film.
yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. It's like one of the most iconic scenes in the trilogy, though, where he grabs. No, he says, "Just when I thought they're out, they pull me back."
They pull me back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like,
that's
oh
in the
shit,
past.
that's in this movie.
Oh, that's from 3? Wow.
That's from 3.
I would
Yeah.
not have expected that. So that's iconic, that line.
Yeah, that's like when he grabs Fredo, where I know it was you. It's like there's a lot of good moments from those movies.
That was 2. Yeah.
I used to be obsessed with mobster movies back when I was like in high school because I think they released a Godfather video game and it was fucking tight. It was such a good game. And I had this like poster. I think I posted on Twitter a while ago, but it was this shitty movie poster. It was like 100 bad boy quotes from 100 different mobster movies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was like, why did I own that? That is very cringy.
Do you like Goodfellas?
Hell yeah, Goodfellas
Goodfellas
fucking
is good.
rules.
Mm-hmm.
I was all about Scarface as well. That was like when I was getting like culture from Grand Theft Auto. I was like, wow, the music and the movie references.
I don't think anything has influenced me more. Like, I don't think any media has had more of effect on me than the soundtrack to Vice City. I think it like became a part of me.
I think that's why whenever I do see you, which hasn't been in a year, and you play music, I'm like, oh, Gavin, yeah, Flock of Seagulls, all right.
We were bonding the other day over Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
the
fucking
song
rules.
I feel like you guys would have a lot in common because I know, Gavin, you talk about like your love of all things 80s, especially 80s music and stuff like that. And I feel like Blaine's the same way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's
And then Blaine, you did
in a pod.
a funny Instagram with that song as well.
Yeah, because you got it stuck in my fucking head. So then there's a part where the guy says it's 2 a.m. 3 times. So then I was like, at 2 a.m., I'm going to post a video of me saying it's 2 a.m. And then every now and then, if I'm up at 2 a.m., I'll retweet that it's 2 a.m.
I watched that like 5 times probably.
I was hoping so. I made this and was like, I hope Gavin gets a kick out of it.
Yeah.
I hope Gavin knows his influence on this video. Good times.
Amazing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should go ahead and wrap up.
Is
so
it
it's
2
about
a.m.?
that time. It's 2 a.m.
It's 2 a.m. somewhere.
Want to thank everyone. No, it's not. I want to thank everyone for watching. We'll see you guys again next week. Bye.
Bye.